You jolt awake at 3 a.m. to a strange, tingling numbness crawling down your left arm. The digital clock glows 3:17 in the darkness. Your first sleepy thought is, I must have slept on it wrong, but that exact assumption is the most common and catastrophic error seniors make. One that can condemn you to permanent paralysis before the sun even rises. Every year, over 140,000 Americans die from a stroke, and the deadliest ones often strike in the early morning hours when blood pressure naturally surges and you are alone and disoriented. But a landmark study published in Neurology found that seniors who recognized just one of the lesser-known stroke signs within the first 15 minutes slashed their risk of long-term disability by over 50%. That knowledge is the difference between full recovery and a life forever altered. And the most shocking part? Standard public health messages miss the specific signs that appear when you are alone in the dark, and they fail to account for the unique confusion that comes from being ripped from a deep sleep. Today, you will learn 5 critical steps, refined for a nighttime stroke that could save your brain function and your independence. This is not just about survival. It is about the quality of the life you save. First, you must master the modified FAST check for a dark bedroom. FAST is a good start, but it fails when you are half asleep, disoriented, and cannot see clearly in the pitch black. You need a self-check protocol that uses touch, sound, and simple movements you can perform without light. F is for face. Do not try to stumble to a bathroom mirror. You could fall and cause a second crisis. Instead, smile as wide as you can. Now run your tongue along your teeth. Does one side of your mouth feel droopy, numb, or uncoordinated? Does your tongue feel thick, clumsy, or like it is too big for your mouth? This subtle oral clumsiness is an early red flag. As for arms, this is the most critical test for a dark room. Hold both arms straight out in front of you, palms up, and close your eyes. Count slowly to 10. If one arm begins to drift down, rotate inward, or drop completely without you consciously telling it to, that is a major neurological red flag. It means the part of your brain controlling motor function is actively under attack. S is for speech. Say a simple, familiar sentence out loud, like the sky is blue on a sunny day. It is not just about slurring. It is about coherence and cognitive function. Do the words come out jumbled, nonsensical, or with the wrong syllables, even though they sound perfectly correct in your head? This is called expressive aphasia, and it is a terrifyingly clear sign of a stroke. T is for time, but for you, alone in the night, it means time to call 911 immediately. Do not try to rationalize it. Do not promise yourself you will wait 10 minutes. Brain cells are dying at a rate of 1.9 million per minute during an acute ischemic stroke. The moment any one of these tests feels even slightly off, your mission is singular. Get to the phone. Number 2, recognize the silent alarms your body sends that are often mistaken for nothing. The classic symptoms are only part of the story. There are lesser-known signals that often get dismissed as minor inconveniences, especially in the disorienting middle of the night. A sudden, intractable bout of hiccups that will not go away no matter what you try can indicate a stroke affecting the brainstem, specifically the area that controls your diaphragm and gag reflex. A devastating, thunderclap headache that feels like you have been struck in the head, coming on in an instant without any warning, is a classic hallmark sign of a hemorrhagic stroke or a bleed in the brain. This is not a normal headache or a migraine. The pain is explosive and maximal at its onset. A sudden loss of balance when you swing your legs out of bed to use the bathroom, feeling as if the room is violently tilting, or you are on a rocking boat, is not just simple dizziness from standing up too fast. It is acute vertigo caused by your cerebellum or brainstem being under attack, disrupting your sense of equilibrium. And, perhaps the most dangerous and overlooked sign of all, a sudden, profound confusion where you cannot remember how to use your phone, what your son's name is, or what year it is. This is not normal sleepiness or a senior moment. This is global cerebral dysfunction. Your brain is sending a mayday signal because it is literally starving for oxygenated blood. A pivotal study from the American Stroke Association tracked 1,200 patients and found that those who experienced these silent alarms and dismissed them as fatigue or a minor ailment had 3 times worse functional outcomes than those who recognized the danger and took immediate action. Your body is speaking to you in a crisis language. You must learn to listen. Which brings us to the most critical, counterintuitive decision you will make. Number 3. You must call 911 before you call anyone else. I understand this goes against every human instinct. Your first thought in a crisis is to seek comfort and guidance from a loved one, your daughter, your son, or a trusted friend. But in the context of a stroke, that single, natural instinct is your greatest enemy. Every second you spend explaining the situation to a panicked loved one is a second of your brain's future that is lost forever. They will ask you repeated questions, tell you to hang on, to drink some water, to lie down, and they will inevitably try to call other people to seek advice. This well-intentioned chain of delay can easily waste the golden hour of treatment, a window that is absolutely irreplaceable. Emergency dispatchers, on the other hand, are specially trained to get the information they need in under 60 seconds and can dispatch help while still on the phone with you. They follow a strict protocol-driven script designed for speed and efficiency. They can also pre-alert the nearest comprehensive stroke center, so the entire stroke team, the neurologist, the radiologist, the nurse is mobilizing and waiting for you at the emergency room door before you even arrive. Research from the Journal of the American Heart Association proved this point definitively. Patients who called 911 first received life-saving clot-busting medication an astounding 42 minutes faster on average than those who called a family member first. When you dial, you must tell the dispatcher 3 things clearly and concisely. I think I am having a stroke. I am alone. My address is ... This specific phrase triggers their highest priority response protocol and sends a team equipped to handle a neurological emergency. But what if you are too confused to speak? This leads to number 4. Prepare your nightstand for a crisis tonight. The one item you must keep within arm's reach is not just a phone. It is a pre-written, glow-in-the-dark or high-contrast emergency information card. This simple, low-tech tool can save precious minutes when you are confused, struggling to speak, or cannot remember your own address. On this card, use a large, bold font to write your full legal name, your complete address with apartment number, and the names and phone numbers of 2 emergency contacts. But here is the crucial part that most people forget. Also clearly list your current medications, your known drug allergies, and your primary doctor's name and phone number. Laminate it or put it in a clear plastic sleeve to protect it. When the 911 dispatcher asks for your information, you can read it directly from the card, bypassing the mental fog and fear. This eliminates the fatal confusion that oxygen-deprived brains experience, where even simple facts become elusive. Paramedics arriving at your home will also be trained to look for this kind of card on a nightstand or fridge, giving them instant critical data that guides their initial assessment and communication with the hospital. A community program in Seattle that distributed similar Veil of Life cards to seniors was shown to reduce hospital admission delays by 31% by streamlining the intake process. Also, keep a loud whistle or a personal alarm on your keychain by the bed. If you become unable to speak or move, the dispatcher can instruct you to blow the whistle, creating a continuous sound that helps first responders locate your exact room in a house or apartment building quickly. This is a simple, cheap, and powerful lifeline. And finally, number 5, understand and demand the golden hour protocol. From the moment your symptoms start, a brutal biological clock is ticking down. The most effective clot-busting drug, TPA, tissue plasminogen activator, has a strict therapeutic window of just 4.5 hours from symptom onset. But its effectiveness is not static. It drops dramatically with every passing minute. The drug is most potent in the first 90 minutes, often halting the stroke in its tracks and even reversing damage. The overarching goal for medical professionals is to get you from your bedroom to a CT scan in under 60 minutes. This is known as door-to-scan time. This is precisely why you called 911 first and not your son-in-law. When the paramedics arrive, do not downplay your symptoms out of embarrassment or a desire not to be a burden. Tell them everything, even the seemingly small or weird things like the hiccups, the sudden confusion, or the blurred vision. This information shapes their initial report to the hospital. When you arrive at the emergency room, you must become your own assertive advocate. If you are able, look the triage nurse or doctor in the eye and say these exact words. I believe I am having a stroke and my symptoms began at state the exact time you woke up or first noticed the signs. This clear, direct, and factual statement cuts through the noise and immediately puts the entire stroke team on high alert. Do not let them dismiss you as just being old, tired, or disoriented. A pivotal study from the Cleveland Clinic found that patients or their companions who verbalized this specific sentence were 58% more likely to receive a critical brain scan within the goal of 25 minutes. Remember, you are the only one who can report the accurate onset time. This single piece of information dictates your entire treatment path, your eligibility for advanced procedures like thrombectomy, and ultimately, your potential for a meaningful recovery. But knowledge is useless without practice and reinforcement. Let us talk about what you need to do in the next 24 hours. Run through the darkened room fast test with your spouse or by yourself right now before any emergency happens. Write that glow-in-the-dark information card today. Do not put it off until tomorrow. Place it on your nightstand and make sure your cell phone is charging right next to it every single night. Program your local emergency number into your phone's speed dial. Have a serious conversation with your family and friends about this protocol. Tell them that if you ever call them saying you feel strange, their one job is to tell you to hang up and call 911 immediately and that you are not to be reasoned with. Share this video with every senior you know in your community, your building, or your social circle. A stroke is a brutal, unforgiving battle against time, and the entire outcome is often decided in the first foggy moments of a 3 a.m. wake-up call. Your quick thinking and prepared action do not just save your life. They save your ability to talk, to walk, to hug your grandchildren, and to remember your loved ones' names. It preserves your independence and your very identity. The fear of overreacting is nothing compared to the lifelong regret of not acting when you had the chance. Be a hero in your own story. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you or someone you love ever experienced a stroke? What was the one sign you wish you had taken more seriously in the moment? Share your story in the comments below. Your lived experience could be the vital warning that jolts someone else into action and saves their future. Thank you for watching Waves of Thought. If this information has the potential to save a life or prevent a disability, please like this video to help the YouTube algorithm, share it with other seniors who need to see it, and subscribe for more vital, actionable health guidance.